my friends. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Corey. I'm Corey, and today we're doing a stitch with me, along with Ava, who will also be doing a stitch with me today. It will be Counting June, and so we're still working on Counting June on Wednesdays this month, where we work on counted cross stitch. I believe we have one more week to go on counted. I've really enjoyed it. I've really gotten into some of my counted cross stitches, and it's been kind of nice to have that focus, which otherwise I probably would not have done. What I'm going to work on today is I finished the hands-on design that I worked on the last little while. I did the June, and so today I just started the July one last night, and so we'll work a little bit on it today. I will show you so this is the completed June. I showed this one on Monday, and I talked a little bit more about it, but this is the completed one for June. I chose a little bit smaller piece of fabric, and now my hoop won't fit. It won't fit my hoop, and if I have a hoop that's small enough to fit this, it's so deep into my storage that I won't be able to find it. Some of the projects I've worked on while we were doing this project is the Counting in June, is I worked on my summer boat window, and I got a little bit more done on that. There's palm trees are here. That's what these are going to be. You can't really see. There's about 3 different colors of light blue in all this area right here. So I've stitched to here. I've noticed if you watch this on a TV, you can see it pretty well. If you're watching on your phone, it doesn't show up at all. Oh good, there came a paw print. So that's my summer window. I had to start working on something with color. I just had to. I was getting really tired of that other stuff. And one of the other projects I've worked on recently is my Pedigree of Honey, and I was able to do some more. I had done about half of this top part, and I finished the other half across the top, and I'm not finished with it, but with those colors I'm finished with it. There's a lot more to go in there. So this is the Pedigree of Honey, and I've enjoyed that one, but I am missing some colors for that, and so that's kind of why I stopped on that one. I might just pull them from my cheap threads. I don't know. But so this is my July start on the July, and here are my threads. This is going to be the color palette here. So a very nice kind of muted patriotic. They're not the bright patriotic colors. This pattern includes, for the Canadians, to our friends up north, it has a pattern that you can do for Canadian patriotism, if you'd like, on instead of the Americana stuff. So, but of course, I am happy to work on the American 4th of July celebration, and so I guess that's where we'll jump in today. Once I start stitching, I think I'm going to start stitching, and then I'm going to do some voiceover, because that way you don't have to. I'm not so good at. There's a lot of little bits and pieces that need to be counted, and not a whole lot of just coverage on this. So I'll see what we can do. Take care. Stay tuned is what I should be saying. Stay tuned. Okay, I thought about leaving this part out, but I will spit it up for you guys. I it kind of will show you what happens if you forget to clip the ends when you do your floss drops. The method I showed you, it's important to trim those ends to get them unlooped. I tried to pull a thread out and it made a big, huge mess, and so it took a bit for me to get that straightened out, and I'm speeding it up for you, but I was able to get them straightened out a little bit. One of the knots I pulled out was knotted completely, and but I was able to start stitching eventually. Hopefully I can learn from this lesson not to, that's something I need to be sure to check on before I start trying to floss with my kit. These are the threads that I got from Temu, and they're not bad threads. They're not bad threads. They're not, I think I still prefer the DMC, and I prefer the CXC also, but they're not bad threads for the price I paid for them. I went and looked the other day and they were $29, I think they were. The price changes all the time. But I finally was able to get my needle threaded and start stitching on this project. And this this whole film is quite an ordeal today. It was a comedy of errors. There's so many things happened that I had to do voiceover. Most of it you can't see. At the very end of the video, you'll see where my dog Freya was let in the house, and she was so happy to see me. She ran and she jumped in my lap and knocked everything over, so the camera goes to black. So that, I decided that was going to be the end of this video session. It was just hilarious. I think people-oriented things are happening, and anyway. So I really like working on this July, the bunting across the top here. I think it's so cool how it comes together. Just some little bits of stitches make that bunting come together, and I thought that was kind of fun to have that, watch that happen. And that's one of the fun things about cross stitch and diamond painting, is you do these little bits, little teeny tiny bits, and it all comes together to something cool and neat and pretty, beautiful, cute, whatever your image is. And that's why I enjoy it so much. The process is what it's about. Sometimes there's some struggles along the way, but the process itself is enjoyable, usually. I have a little bit more hard time when I'm typing, golly, when I'm stitching on these smaller stitches. This is a 18 count Ada. It's a magic count that I got from 123 Stitch, and it's just a little bit smaller. It could be a lot worse. 18 count really isn't small in the stitching world, but it is hard for me to see it with the camera between me and it, and well, the camera's not really, it's hard to explain, but I'm holding it under the camera. It's hard for me to see what I'm filming from the camera. It's just above my eye level, so I can stretch and reach and kind of see it, but I can't really see it. And so I was thinking, if there was a way to get the camera between me and my stitching and just have it set there, it would be a perfect way to magnify what I'm doing, and use that for a magnifier as I'm stitching. But I don't know how that would if how to work that. I'm sure there's a way, but I don't know it. So some of the things that've been happening, uh, I've been driving into um, Beeville this week. I've had doctor's appointment and things that needed taken care of, so I was able to do that. Um, it just seems like I've been keeping a bit busy. I I still going through the not feeling good. Some days are better than others. I think the last couple of days have been a bit better. Um, the, but on that front, Daniel is still doing really, really well. He's so excited about uh, his new toy that he got. It's so fun to listen to him. He ordered from Amazon. He ordered some I don't know how to if there's one word for it all, but it's things that will protect it. You know, like cases and pads and whatever, things that'll keep it safe from being dropped, or when he needs to store it and carry it, cases and stuff like that. Well, he had no idea, but you know how it is with Amazon, and you order something and every little thing comes in a separate box. Well, he was having it shipped to the company that he's working with because he doesn't have an address, and they said it was okay. But they called him up, and he said, "What am I going to do with all this stuff? You have 8 boxes here." And Daniel's going, "What?" Because he didn't order that much stuff, but because it all comes in separate boxes, and you know how Amazon does. And he goes, "I just don't have room in my office for all this stuff. What am I going to do with it?" And it's going to actually was going to be a while before he'd be back to the office. But they actually rearranged some of his schedule so he could get back sooner. The guy said, "There's just isn't room to store all this stuff." And so Daniel felt bad about that, just so he can have his little game say. But it's kind of funny. He's planning to get a hotel tonight so he can work on it and put it all together. He wants to do some, I don't know. He just says it'd just be easier to do it in a hotel than to set it all up in his truck. And yeah, he's earned it. He can do it. So I just think it's hilarious that what he thought wasn't a big deal has become a big deal. So that's how that's going. I'm coming to a point where my cross-stitching stuff is overflowing. I bought like 1, 2, 3, 5. I've got 5 boxes of my cross stitch and needlework. It's not all cross stitch. I have some other needlework in there that I just keep. It just seems like I keep buying another box, and it's as soon as I buy it, I'm already outgrown it, and I don't understand that because I don't feel like I'm buying that much, or I'm not doing that many PR videos. I'm lucky if I get 2 or 3 a month. So I don't know. It's time for me to do some more reorganizing and cleaning my craft area, and I really want to get to the point where I need to do that. I just need to get the energy, just be able to feel good enough to do that. And in the meantime, I can stitch. I can keep on stitching, as Laura says. I'm The housing front, I don't know what's happening with that. You know, uh, I guess it's Monday that there's going to be somebody, appraiser's going to come out and look at just the foundation. It's not really an appraiser, I guess. It's a foundation repair company is going to come and look and see if what they have to say about it. Was just a builder that told Marcy that it wasn't salvageable, and so she decided to talk to a foundation repair person to see what they thought. If you'll see right now, I do not know what happened here, but I had one of the most unusual knots I've ever had happening on here, and it took a bit to get out of that one, but I did. I was able to do it. For a minute, I thought I was going to have to just cut down to the wick and pull some stitches out and start over, but I was able to sort it with just a couple stitches coming out. That was interesting. And see, that's something I could never have done while I would have had to stop talking to fix it, I think. I wouldn't have been able to do it justice. So this one did. It was weird. I don't know how to explain it. I couldn't really tell what was happening with that knot. But I was eventually able to get it out. I don't know how to speed up just certain sections. My filming expertise is very limited, and I wish I knew what I was doing. I don't even know if what I'm doing right now is going to work. But I wish I knew how to cut out little bits and pieces. When I've tried to do it, I've ended up cutting everything. You know, it just deletes the video or something, and so it makes me afraid to try some of that stuff. But I will say Power Director is an app that I use, and I think it has been I've tried a few others, but because I don't know if it's because I was used to the Power Director, or Power Director is just that much easier to use is why I use it. But when I've tried the others, I've come back to Power Director because it really is kind of cut and dried how to do the basics, and so that's what I use to do my filming. But I still don't. If I cared enough, I could probably learn how to do it, but I don't spend my time. I like to spend my time stitching or crafting or diamond painting or something like that. And so you get to watch me struggle with this knot that I'm still working on. But the good news is it does come out eventually. It had a teeny tiny little knot right on the very end of it, and it snipped that off, and that's when I was finally able to get going again. And I think that has been happening more with this Temu thread. You know, you just get these little teeny tiny knots out of nowhere, and I think it's probably because of how it's loosely, I don't know what the word is, wound together. I'm sure there's a technical word for that roping that happens, that rope effect, but I don't know what it is. But overall, I don't mind using them. In the month of July, I'm going to be doing an event with Chef Diamond, and it will be a diamond painting event, and it will be Disney. We're doing a friend paint along with friends that's about the Disney characters. Chef Diamond is a Disney fanatic, and she's nuts for Disney, and so I'm happy to join her with that. And Ava over at Stitching in the Inner Lake, the theme that she's going to be doing for her next month in July will be um, winter, a winter theme. Not Christmas. She wants it to be just winter. And I've got several cross stitch kits that will work for that. I have both counted cross stitch and stamped cross stitch kits that I could work on, and patterns that would fit that category of just the winter theme. And I'm kind of glad to be doing this because I have so many winter slash Christmas. Diamond Painting Grandma's theme next month is going to be Christmas in July, so I'll be doing some Christmas too themes. Diamond Grandma doesn't care if you cross stitch or diamond paint or any craft, really. Any craft, she just, if you want to do the theme and do it, she likes that. She also doesn't care if whether or not you if it's not really it fits with her theme. If you come up with a story and make it fit, she's okay with it. The idea is just to have fun and have fun with our craft, and I really like that that she does that. It's kind of fun and neat, and some of the stories become humorous of how something fits her theme. So this month, Diamond Grandma's theme was, or is, but I guess it's almost over now, is something fishy. And I was able to do some coasters. I need to do the completion video on those because I have completed those. I just haven't done the completion video yet. But for something fishy, the way you win prizes in Diamond Grandma's, you don't even really need to do the project. You just have to watch and pay attention to their videos, and they'll randomly announce that this is a video where you make a comment in, and they'll tell you what the comment needs to include, and then you'll just, you enter by making that comment. And so it's a fun way to get through our stashes because I don't know about you guys, but I think we all have a stash of things that need to be done. We just need something to direct us in that direction to get something completed. And so it does. When the theme came up this month, it forced me to go look and see what I had. And I really didn't have anything fishy. And so I did have some seashore images and beachy images that would have worked. But I chose to just go ahead and buy something from Amazon. I got something really quick from Amazon, and I got those really cool coasters. I really liked them. So, so that's what I did for Something Fishy 23. Hashtag Something Fishy 23. And I've enjoyed doing those. I haven't done as much as I thought I would because I just can't diamond paint as much anymore. It's not as enjoyable and relaxing since I have to do it vertically. When I used to do it flat on a table, I just absolutely loved doing it. And I don't know what, making it turn up vertically, it's harder to keep control of all your accessories and all that stuff because it's not only do I have to have it vertically, my back has to be flat against the chair, and so, or else it will totally mess my back up. And so that adds another layer of difficulty because that means it all has to be around me in my little chair here. And I say little, it's not that little, but everything has to fit over and around me in order for me to do the diamond painting. Anytime I get up or down to go to the bathroom, or someone's at the door, or a dog needs something, or my sister needs something, or my brother-in-law calls and wants me to meet him out so I can pick up the mail from him, and just all those little things that I have to completely just array myself from this array of stuff. it makes me tend to not go to the diamond painting. Once I'm set up, I'm fine. It's just it's just those issues that make it a little more difficult. And my arm, having to hold my arm the way I have to hold it, it does affect my back still, even though I'm being careful of my back. So, any minute now, my little Freya is going to come bouncing in, and she's just going to she's going to bounce up on my bed, and she jumps from the bed right into my lap, and the camera's going to go flying. I mean, really flying. So, this is where I say thank you for joining me. This is Corey from the Diamond Painting Effect with Corey. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.